It's my pleasure to introduce to you, as part of our Industry Chatter series, Rob Pinkerton, Director of Government Solutions for Adobe. I appreciate you being on the program today, Rob. Welcome to the studio.
Well, thank you for having me.
Happy to do it. The agencies that are using Web 2.0 successfully, how are they doing it? What are they doing right? And maybe then we can explore some of the ways that that effort can improve.
Sure. So, and if you look at the application of technology of what they're doing right, everyone's doing something slightly different, and it gets confusing if you.
And that's good, isn't it?
It is good.
Okay.
It is good, but repeating just the exact application of technology is not the right way to look at it. What they're doing is they are focusing on people. They're focusing on community and enabling people to do new and interesting things with technology. So whether it's flu.gov and just enabling a community to get information, whether it's what the State Department is doing with public diplomacy and reaching people around the world, what they're doing with technology is very different, but they're finding those engagement points. Where do people actually engage around their mission? And they're finding ways to amplify the contact points, the collaboration at those points through technology.
That's a really interesting concept. What is different, do you think, about the mindset of that compared to the mindset of transparency equals everybody can know everything about everything that we're doing?
Well, I think having everyone know everything about what we're doing is pretty hard to do, and be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it can actually make things very difficult to get things done. But to make it easier, I mean, when we talk about transparency at Adobe, I mean, we're fully supportive of what the administration's doing with data.gov and making information available, and there's innovative, fascinating ideas. But I mean, this past year, the people who want transparency are the people who are out of work. Right? They want to know how they help get health insurance, how they get help get job training, find a new job, get help with housing subsistence, so they can get out and get back to being productive. And a lot of times that's not easy to do with the government. I mean, they just like the transparency to understand how they can access help.
If I'm sitting in an agency right now and I have these mandates, the Open Government Initiative and so on, that I've got to comply with, where's the low-hanging fruit that you're seeing? What are the things that, as you talk to the agencies, that you say, are you doing this? And, well, not yet. What are some of those?
Sure. So, I mean, actually, when we talk about transparency, we ask agencies to ask themselves three basic questions. Like, can people find the information that they need? Can they actually use it once they find it? And can they trust it? First question is, can you find what you actually need? Not can you just find information, but if I'm out of work, can I find? How easy is it? Go through that activity yourself and try and find information online or at an aid office or something like that. A lot of times I do the comparison between a commercial site and a government website. If you just take a website in general, you think you probably go to Amazon.com or something like that. You buy books. Well, if you went to your state and local health agency or something right now and pulled it up, you'd probably see a picture of the agency head, a list of department names, some press releases. Imagine that if you went to Amazon.com and all you found was a picture of Jeff Bezos, some press releases, and links to the HR department. You probably wouldn't buy a book.
Yeah.
Same problem with government agencies. You're probably not going to obtain a service, and you need to become more citizen-centric.
Is there a point, do you think, where we could be too open, where there's so much stuff floating around out there and it's not necessarily organized in a way that winds up long-term being useful to the people that it's supposed to be useful for?
Sure. I mean, I think that this is where, and I mentioned earlier, we think with transparency, ask the questions: can you find it? When you find it, can you use it? And when you use it, can you trust it? Right? And trust is a core aspect of to the credibility of government. I mean, if you can't trust the information that comes out, it's it can erode the foundation of government. And this is or worse, we have so much you can't figure out what's right or what's good.
Yeah.
But this is, I think, actually somewhere where technology can play a very valuable role. I mean, and traditionally we haven't thought about securing information, authenticating information. We've thought about systems, the disk, the pipe, the box. But you can secure information at the content level and ensure an authenticity that this is what's out there, and this and some level of integrity, that it doesn't get disaggregated to the point of confusion. But that is a risk.
I mentioned earlier in the program that if I asked around, I got about what Adobe does that most people, I think, would talk about Flash and talk about Acrobat and Reader and so forth. What's something that your company does that people would say, I had no idea that that company would be involved in that line of business?
So I'll tell you that there's Adobe's a diverse company. We have a lot of different businesses, so it depends on who I'm talking to.
Okay,
right? So
fair enough.
The creative professionals are shocked when I say that we deliver a real-time collaboration system for DISA.
Mm-hmm.
The folks, the web developers are shocked that we can use products like LiveCycle and Flex to enable a call center. The folks in the enterprise are shocked that we build creative technologies to produce like the movie Avatar that came out this past year. So I can usually shock anyone with something.
Okay.
The one folks I can't seem to shock are my friends and family who want that friends and family discount, so they seem to know every technology we have.